we talked with Clint Smith last night, and he used a really good analogy. And I don't know if it was on the show or because we talked for about 20 minutes afterwards. That's what I do sometimes. Me and Chewy go, see you, good night. And then 15 minutes later, I'm going, dude, I have to go upstairs and get ready for bed. And but it's that the right in general. In fact, maybe I'll play you something that I got off YouTube tonight, which is about the right. It's not to do with what we're talking about, but the right in general will do anything for the win. They'll play dirty. They'll play hard. If it was a sport, they don't care what the game looks like as long as they win by 1 point at the end. And the left typically want to play a good game. If it's a sport, they want to make all the right moves. And if they play a beautiful game, but they come up just short, some on the left are okay with that. But the right seem to just get in. They're gritty. They did like, fuck you all. We don't care. The only thing we want is the win. And when you think of them like that, you can see how they would sign up with a Winston and a David Seymour because all that mattered was the win, nothing else.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And now they have to die on that hill. And as we've already started to see with Luxon in particular, buyer's remorse is starting to creep in,
Yeah. Yeah. Now, we've often talked about Brexit and, the days and weeks afterwards, there was this term remorse and regret that came out and there was a lot of people that didn't sign up for what they're getting. And today we're going to talk about this a bit later. Good segue, actually. You guys who voted for National looking for those tax cuts, sorry, dudes. They're already signaling. It ain't going to happen like they promised you. What actually is going to happen that you were promised, National voters? I think very little, but lots is happening that they didn't tell you about. Anyway, but this is actually a clip off CNN via TYT. I'm going to play it. So it's to do with the right in politics. And it's Jon Stewart talking about the Republicans. But we've always said the left make policy and the right respond to policy. You just think about the first 100 days. How many things did they undo? The only new thing they came up with was banning cell phones in schools. That's the only new policy. They either reintroduced old policy, like roads of national significance and boot camps, or they changed Labor policy. So they don't actually do anything. They don't make policy. You can't find a right wing, a national policy that the country holds on to like left wing ones, like interest-free student loans, like working for families, like the health system, like state housing, all left wing policies. And the whole country holds on to those now. There's nothing like that from the right in New Zealand. Jon Stewart's talking about it, and he's talking about Republicans, but I think what he's saying could be transferred pretty much to any right country, and especially in New Zealand. And what we're doing right now. Have a listen.
What would you do if you were out of governing ideas? If you didn't know how to govern a country of this magnitude and a country of this diversity, and you basically are running on government is broken, and then when you get in office, you have to be terrible to prove the original premise, it must be great to be able to do that. This government doesn't work, and by me not funding it and breaking it, See what I told you? Keep me in power.
So I just think that, there's differences between our system and theirs, but, too many bureaucrats breaking the system. So what we're going to do is get in and we're going to drop the number of bureaucrats down so far that government's not going to function. And then we're able to say, see, government doesn't work. Private enterprise, privatization, that's the way forward. So they're breaking it, like Jon Stewart said. They tell you it doesn't work. They then break it so it won't work, and then their ulterior motive, which he didn't quite get to in that clip, was to then bring in the solutions, which for a lot on the right is privatization, Calvin. I saw that and I thought I have to share that clip.